Today I'll try putting the Happy Bitcoin Expert Advisor to the ultimate test with real money, starting with just $200. But stay with me until the end of the video to see what actually happened when I run this on my real account. Welcome back to the channel, I'm Marin, and if you're new here, we are testing trading robots so you don't have to risk your hard-earned money on unproven systems. And hey, if this video helps you avoid losing money on bad robots, hit that subscribe button, like the video, it really helps us making these honest reviews. Today, we are diving deep into the Happy Bitcoin EA from Happy Forex vendor, a robot that promises to trade Bitcoin using wave analysis and trend correlation strategies. I've been testing this on a demo account, I will show you the vendor's track record, and then we will attempt to set it up on a real account starting with just $200 to see if it actually performs. Let's get started. So I'm on my screen now on the Happy Forex website, a vendor which we are using a lot lately because they have some really good EAs. And what I want to show you today is the Happy Bitcoin EA. So if I scroll down to the expert advisors and then navigate to the Happy Bitcoin, you can find here the page of the robot. You can see by the time of recording the price is €379, and for that price you get unlimited number of real and demo accounts for this EA, but also you get a bonus Happy Forex full pack, which is 10 EAs. These 10 EAs you can see here. Now if I continue scrolling, you can see here explanation of the strategy, but I will talk about that later when I show you my demo account and the back tests. And I'll scroll down to the bottom to show you the vendor's track record. You can see they have two track records, one real account here and one demo account here. And what I want to focus on is the real account. So I will open the track record, and we can see here the vendor's track record started from the 13th of May, and it's been a little bit over a year, and the profit is 13%, which is not much, but I will show you something which caught my attention really. If I go to the drawdown section here, you can see how steady is this EA. It went once to almost 5% drawdown here, and now at the moment it's about 6-7%, but still a pretty decent drawdown for that period of trading, and knowing that it trades the Bitcoin. Probably some of you will say that this EA only buys and that's why it's on a positive trend, but if I go to the summary here, guys, you can see the number of trades in this account, and we can see the short trades, we can see the long trades actually in the total number of trades, so pretty much more long trades, but also a decent amount of short trades, and the profit from all of those and the total profit actually. What was interesting to me is that EA made 84% win rate on their accounts. So I thought it's worth giving a test by myself, and now I will show you my demo account. So if I go to the VIP accounts page of the Academy, and here I will type the Happy Bitcoin, you can see the track record and the demo account which I'm running currently. This is a $1,000 account. It made almost 2% profit, and it just started about 2 months ago. So pretty much it's similar to what we see on the vendor's track record. And I will show you my track record now here. We can see that initially we started and made some profits, then it went down, but then it recovered, and now it's in kind of stagnation, if we can say stagnation, for the last 2-3 weeks. But overall it's profiting. You can see closed profit is almost 2% here. The peak drawdown was minus 2.8%. It trades Bitcoin USD on the M30 chart. I will show you that in a second. The average trend length is 7.2 minutes. Now let me show you the trading summary. If I go to the orders and then to the closed orders to see how the strategy works, I will show you that in a second. So we see here that the start of the account, and the first trade was on a loss with $10 or 250 pips. Then we have some small profits. Then we have $10 profit with 250 pips. Again, some smaller profits. One big loss, $10, which pretty much 1% from this $1,000 account. Again, minus 250 pips. Overall, it makes small profitable trades, and from time to time it hits the take profit or stop loss, which is 250 pips, as you can see here clearly. If I scroll down, you can see many of those trades happening, and the reason we have some smaller profits here is that the EA uses trailing stop loss. So eventually, from time to time, it might close the positions earlier when there is no chance to reach the take profit. Also, what I like here is the duration of the trade, guys. Let me just make it like this, and you can see here the duration. The majority of the trades are pretty fast, like for just a few minutes. Now let me switch to the MetaTrader platform where I run this demo account. So you can see the demo account here. It's been trading for some time now, and you can see here the same trades that we saw on the FX Bull track record, some profits, then some losses. Overall, it's a profitable strategy. It made 2% profit in the last 2 months. And if I go to the trade, you can see here that it places pending orders. Basically, this is how this EA works. It just places some pending orders, buy stop and sell stop orders, and eventually if the price hits some of those orders thresholds, it will enter the trade and then it will exit pretty fast. So what I did here on this demo account, initially I made the setup with $1,000, risking 1% per trade, trade. Let me quickly show you my settings. So you can see here, the inputs are pretty straightforward. We have the name of the EA, the license key, the magic number of the EA, and then we have several inputs which control the risk and then also the trailing stop loss. So we have here the what var, which if it's set to 1, this means that the EA will use the percentage risk defined here. But if this one is set to 0, the EA will use the fixed lot. So currently in this account, I'm trading with the what var set to 1, which means I'm using the risk. So 1% risk per trade. As you saw that in the track record, 1% per trade is $10 risk per trade. Also, we use the trailing stop loss, which is 5 pips, and also the stop loss and take profit are set to 250 pips. Now, here's the interesting part. So what I did here, first I ran a backtest for the last 5 years, starting from January 2020 till nowadays. This is like 5 years and a half. So for that period, starting with $200 account on the demo account, the backtest showed a profit of almost $4,000, and I thought to myself that this is really good performance. Then what I did, we usually did it like this. So I made a backtest for the last 1 year. And it's important, guys, for us it's like crypto where the price drastically increased in the last 5 years to see the recent performance, because the price of the Bitcoin 5 years ago was more than half down from what we have currently. Now, if I show the backtest for the last 1 year and a half, actually, here are the settings I'm using. I usually set some delay to simulate trading, and I set the account to $200 and 1-to-1 leverage because most brokers offer that leverage for the crypto. And you can see here the graph, actually, backtest starting from 2024 January, and the account doubled, more than doubled actually. And I thought to myself, wow, this is really good backtest. And let me show you the stats here. You can see the maximum equity drawdown was less than 2%. So pretty stable performance, profitable EA, double the account, low drawdown. So let me break down how this Happy Bitcoin EA actually works, because the strategy is pretty interesting. Essentially, this robot is a trend and wave analysis system. It's constantly scanning the Bitcoin's price movement, looking for specific waves, pattern and trend formations. Once it identifies these patterns, it calculates what they call correlation impulse levels. Basically, it's trying to find the sweet spots where Bitcoin is likely to reverse or continue its trend. What I like about this approach is that it's not just blindly entering trades. The EA waits for these specific setups before making a move, which should theoretically give us better entry points regardless of whether Bitcoin is trending up, down, or moving sideways. Now, here's the risk management part, and it is crucial for account protection. Each trade gets a stop loss that's calculated based on where these wave extremes are positioned. So it's not just some random number, it's actually based on the market structure. Plus, once a trade goes profitable, it uses break-even trailing stop loss to lock in gains while still letting winners run. And here's what I really appreciate. No dangerous stuff, no martingale-aware what size keep doubling, no grid systems that can explode your account, no hedging strategies that tie up all your margin. It's clean, straightforward trading. So at that moment I thought to myself, well, probably I finally found a good Bitcoin robot that can trade on a small account. Before we jump into the real money test, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Ice Markets. The number one reason why I picked Ice Markets to test this robot on a small live account is that their conditions for the Bitcoin USD pair are amongst the best with the brokers we trade with. They offer the lowest spreads without any commissions and pretty fast execution time. Now, what's interesting about Ice Markets is that their cryptocurrency CFD product allows traders to go long or short without actually holding the cryptocurrency. This means I can get exposure to the Bitcoin's price without worrying about the security risk of storing it or the counterparty risk from exchanges. It's similar to trading gold futures rather than owning physical barrels in your garage, much more practical if you ask me. In terms of regulations, since I'm a citizen of the European Union, I'm onboarded under their EU entity and my standard leverage is limited to 1-to-30, but this doesn't matter for crypto trading because most brokers offer 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 leverage on Bitcoin anyway, so we're all on the same boat here. Plus, they offer both MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, which is exactly what we need for the Happy Bitcoin, and they actually allow expert advisors without any limitations on crypto trading. If you want to follow along with this test or check out their Bitcoin conditions yourself, I've put a link in the description below. Using that link helps support the channel and these honest EA reviews at no extra cost to you. Alright, now let's get this robot running on real money. And let me show you my real account setup now. So I'm here on my real account, and initially this was a $200 account, as you can see here from the history. I started funding it with $200, but the EA didn't start trade, so I added 300 more to make it 500, but then the EA didn't start to trade for a few days, so eventually I added $500 and made this a $1,000 account. And the reason I'm showing this, guys, is because I want to show you something very important. Now, I showed you backtest for the last 1 year on the demo account and you saw the profits and all the stuff, but look at the settings here. We will use pretty much the same settings. Before I run the backtest, actually I have picked 1-to-2 manually, entering this one here for the leverage, and the rest is pretty much the same. But But look what's happening in the graph now. We have just one trade which happened like very early in the backtest. So after I run this backtest, and once I saw the graph and looked at the journal, I figured out what would be the problem. So if I go to the expert properties here, initially I was using setting 1 for the WOTVAR, which means that I was trading with a percentage risk. And actually this setup wasn't good because I saw in the journal that the EA is trying to place trades with 0.04 watts, and actually there wasn't enough capital in the account to continue trading like this. So what I did next, I tried to make some backtest with $500. The result was the same, but finally I figured out that the WOTVAR should be set to 0 in this case because the account is so small. So I will be trading with the fixed lot of 0.01. So after running consecutive tests on the real account with $200, $500 and $1,000, I figured out that my properties, my settings actually are not correct for this account size, especially for the Bitcoin. And here's something very important, guys, that I want you to remember and take from this video. If you run a backtest for the last 5 years, remember that the price of the asset that you are testing was pretty much different 5 years ago. And especially with the Bitcoin, the price was less than double from what we have at the moment. So $200 or $500 may have worked at that time, but not nowadays. If you run a fresh backtest, you will see that you most likely won't have enough capital. So I ended up trading DCA on $1,000 account, and you can see the settings here. I don't use the risk percentage, but I use a fixed lot of 0.01. So it's been a few days since I'm trading the EA on this $1,000 account. It still didn't make any trades. It places pending orders throughout the day. And guys, still I am with mixed feelings. This looks like a good EA, but most likely it will require bigger capital. Anyways, you can follow the progress with this account in the Academy website under our live results. This one will be listed here. So eventually, once it starts trading, we will see all the trades there. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of the Happy Bitcoin EA. First, this is a safe trading approach if you ask me. It doesn't use dangerous strategies like martingale, grid trading, hedging that can blow up small accounts. Second, we have adaptive trading frequency. It trades more when Bitcoin is volatile and less during quiet periods, which makes sense for market conditions. In addition, we have built-in risk management. It includes proper stop loss levels and break-even trailing stop to protect capital and maximize profits. Now let's talk about the negatives. During my tests, I figured out that this is not really a small account EA. With Bitcoin price over $100,000 nowadays, you need a sustainable leverage or larger account size to trade effectively this EA. My testing showed $200 to $500 is not sufficient. Then this strategy is designed to work only with Bitcoin, so you can diversify across multiple instruments with this EA. From the price perspective, at €379, it's quite big for small account traders, though the value is actually decent. You get unlimited real accounts and demo accounts for this EA, plus a bonus license for Happy Forex full pack, which includes additional 10 EAs. So I asked our editing team to move that on the positive side. Lastly, there is no free trial period. You have to commit to the full purchase price upfront without being able to test it risk-free on your own setup. So guys, I'm making this addition to the video a few hours after I recorded the initial video. The first trade happened, you can see it here in this bar. It was pretty fast trade, typical for this strategy. And now a few minutes ago, we have the other trade here happening, and you can see them in the trade history. No swaps, no commissions, nothing. So pretty much that's it, guys. The EA started trading on this live account, and now all I have to do is to sit and relax and wait to see the results in a few months. So there you have it, my complete first look at the Happy Bitcoin EA. As you saw, based on my testing, I tried running it on a real $200 account, but it wasn't enough for this EA. So eventually I increased the account balance to $1,000, and I'm honestly curious to see what happens over the next few weeks. Now here's what I want to know from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what's the smallest account size you've ever tried automated trading with. Did it work out or it was a disaster? I'm genuinely curious to know about your trading experience because small account trading is tough. If you found this setup walkthrough helpful, smash that like button and definitely subscribe if you want to see a follow-up video with actual results, because let's be honest, that's the video what really matters, right? And don't forget to check out ICE Markets using the link in the description if you're looking for a reliable broker for your EA trading. As always, guys, never risk more than you can afford to lose, even just $200. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!